here's the prequel to Artist Heart Attack. So the Monday after I arrived, so the Monday before the funeral might have been Friday. So the Monday my dad's funeral's Friday, we're getting ready and we know we have to go to the cemetery. So we pile in the car with the fume exhaust coming in, Arda, Richard, and me. And we go over to the Queen's Park Cemetery. Yeah. And we, wait a second. I'm trying to remember, I'll have to get Richard to tell us. I think Richard and I, for some reason, I don't know if it was at that moment or the day before, Richard and I had driven to the cemetery and we're like, oh, we're here. Maybe we went to get urns or like, I don't know what we were doing. We went over there. We said, let's drive by Grandma and Grandpa's headstone. So when we drove over there to look at it, I was like, wow, this is fascinating. Uncle Richard's buried here. I was like, I didn't know that. And so, I was looking for the Pilling Scoville headstone, and then I see at the foot of the grave is Richard Pilling with all these books and this nice little flat stone. So I was like, oh, that's nice. So I went home and told Arda that's so interesting. Uncle Richard's buried in the grave. And she said, she was really upset, and I couldn't really understand at the moment, like, what was going on. And I was like, yeah. So she was, I think, was getting like agitated. There was a backstory that I didn't understand. So we went to the funeral home with her then, because we had to sign the papers for Dad, figure out when they were going to dig up, when we could bury, what's the timing and everything. And the first thing when we get there, they say, come in, we're going to talk about, the funeral. And then Arda says, I first want to talk to you about this other stone that's laid down. I want to know who gave permission for that and why is that there? And the person was like taken aback, and they're like, well, I don't know, but I can go like check the records. Like, you're a family member, so let's go look. And she pulls out the records and she says, well, actually, a family member, I don't know if I should mention her.
Yeah.
Bonnie
Bonnie
McClune assigned for us to do the burial and to put everything there. And then my mom said, would you please look closer in those documents? Who has permission to sign for that grave? And then the woman pulls out, oh, there's these 6 people who all the family members. And she said, and what is that? Doesn't everyone have to agree to have that signed there? And then the person was like, well, I don't know, I'll have to check into this. I could see they were all of a sudden recognized they may have made an error, right? So they're kind of covering their tracks. We'll look into this. And Arda just was laid into them. You have no right. That person did not have permission to do that alone. She was just going at the cemetery people. She was furious.
I don't usually see Arda do that.
Yeah, mad. She was just furious. And yes, you look into this, you call me back. She just wanted information. She wanted it to be documented, what had happened. She told them you had no right to do that. She really.
You were there.
I was there.
I did not know you were there for that meeting. I've heard about the meeting.
Me and Richard were there, and I don't think I've ever seen her more angry. Honestly, I'm trying to think back. I don't think I've seen her more angry. Anyway, we quickly finished up the paperwork for Calvin and went home. So maybe we went home by lunchish or something. And then there was, so that was the beginning of the day. And then in the afternoon.
We're just making recorded notes so we can transcribe this via Zoom. So the recording is.
These are my memories of when we went to the cemetery with Arda to get ready for Dad's funeral. And then when we arrived, her wanting information about the Richard Pilling headstone that was there that she was not aware of. It was a surprise to her. I don't even know if we drove by it. I think we might have. I think I had seen it earlier, and then we drove by it and then went to talk to them. I don't know what you remember.
She found out.
I told her.
I told her too. Surprise!
Yeah.
Here's a photo. Richard's here.
Why were we there? You and I had gone ahead of time, maybe,
to think about where Dad was gonna go, and then have you just looked at the Pilling gravestone?
We just like drive by because it's like, oh, we're here. Like, let's go. I haven't been there in a long time. Let's just drive by the headstone and like take a look. And then we're like, oh, that's interesting. I mean, whatever. Well, whatever.
From the guy who'd written everyone else out of his will that nothing would go to them. Like, it's
Yeah.
just so interesting.
Whatever. So then we come home
Yeah.
from that episode where she was already like, I think that for me personally,
Okay.
it's okay. Me personally, I think that was like the moment that she just probably raised her blood pressure and like made her like, I don't know. I
We're
think
thinking
that
about the heart
probably
attack.
started.
Go through the
Actually,
backstory.
after Kelvin died.
Yeah, so me personally, I think that was like the trigger because it was the morning of, and then by the afternoon, you know, I don't know, we had a little time to, we were getting funeral programs, we were doing all this other work, and then and then at the end of the day, then the guy comes to like talk through the funeral steps, right, for the funeral. Really nice guy. It was, I mean, the bishop, I can't remember. Maybe it was the guy who died, but oh man. The guy she liked, who was her home teacher, not Tony.
Anyways.
Was no, I mean, remember. No, you know who this is. This is a really nice guy.
Who died?
Starts with a B.
Blue
Blue
Mountain.
Bell.
No,
Bruce
Blue
Burnham?
Mountain, no. Hang on a second.
There's only one B.
No, it's not Blue Mountain. The guy's first name starts with a B. Maybe I'm totally off. Anyway, he came over. He was very nice, but she had a lot of very specific things she wanted at the funeral, right? She wanted a land acknowledgement, and she wanted, oh yeah, and she wanted that, and she was negotiating with him, like what was going to be acceptable for them, and like we were just trying, like it was the negotiation, right? Like, what do we want? What from the church's point of view is going to be like the limits of what's going to be acceptable for them, like. So we were sitting there having a discussion about it. And then after they left, then I was falling asleep at my computer.
Well, you two must have been so like fatigued.
Yeah, so that's when I went to bed, and I think she went to bed, and then later she woke me up. So that's the front end story. I wish I could remember that guy's name.
Is this
He was his name. He's oh, come on. He has a whole bunch of brothers. Do you remember the name of the guy? Okay. Do you remember the name of the guy who was their home teacher that they really liked? That Mom really liked.
Are you talking about the one that?
Yeah.
Say the little barge.
Yes.
Yeah. His name is on the blog. He's dead now.
Yeah, he died.
I'll find it. So as soon as I
Yeah.
go on the blog, it'll pop into my head. And
I
was
wonder-
ever made stuffies?
Yeah, she stopped this.
Oh, you're recording?
That's okay. We can look at it. Okay, I'll give you the backstory on the